purely for all those who are interested to educate or to basically explore any kind of migration options to New Zealand. Okay, so I am coming live at the moment from two places, that is AJV Global on Facebook and our YouTube channel as well. So I request all you watching this session from YouTube to please come to Facebook. It'll be easier for us to interact on that the questions come up there, and it's pretty easy also to connect back with you once the session is over. So yeah, so I'm a licensed immigration advisor. Okay, what does a licensed immigration advisor mean? Because call us and say, hey, are you a lawyer? We're sort of an immigration lawyer, but we do not study the entire, gamut of programs in related to law. It's just related to immigration law. We just study immigration law. We do a 1-year program, a graduate diploma in immigration advice. And after we graduate from the first 4 papers is we get a provisional license and then go on further. So I am a provisional license holder, and my supervisor is Arun Jacob, who is the other licensed immigration advisor. And he comes online. I'm sure a lot of you are watch this channel quite regularly. So he comes live every Tuesdays and I come live every Thursdays. So so this is my license card. I'm supposed to provide my license number, before I start providing immigration advice. That is by law, I'm supposed to do that. So my license number is 2018-01050. You can also go up on the Immigration Advisors Authority website, which is a government entity basically, who authorizes us advisors to be able to provide this immigration advice. They administer all the legalities around it and for the license and everything, and eventually we get our license after they have done all the checks on us, because there is police clearance is done and there are lots of other requirements for us before we get our license. So that's how it goes. It's not just there's a stamp and seal and given away. So there's a lot of checks that happen. So that's about who we are and what we do. And as I mentioned earlier, we're based out of Hamilton, and we are a Kiwi company, 100% Kiwi. We are owned by a New Zealand citizen, that's Arun. So we're a Kiwi company. Yeah, we are from, say, we have roots to India and stuff like that, but then we're a pure New Zealand based company. We work, we in fact, the latest news that I'd like to share, as I'm sure Arun has also announced that on our Facebook group, we have actually taken up a physical office. This is our first ever office of AJV in the world. So we've got advisors who work at the moment from the comfort of their home, and they do an amazing and brilliant job. But at the end of the day, we wanted to have a physical presence where amazing migrants who come to New Zealand who would like to come and see us in person and say hello to us. There is a place, it's like your small little protection, center, that you can come to us for any advice, you want to just sit and chat and say hello to us, have a coffee, whatever, so we are there for that. So that's the idea. Okay, so we have taken up an office here in Hamilton. It's city center, right in the center of the city, and I've been busy setting up the office. In fact, I was there all day today at work from the office, and right now it's 9:30 in the evening, and basically I've come home, and I'm doing this live session now. So we will be working to the morning times, that is 9 to 5 proper office timings, and we will be available at the office. In fact, next week my colleague Virginia is joining me from Nelson. She is an ex-INZ officer, and she's joined us as she's been working with us as a customer service manager while she was studying at NMIT, and now she's joining us full-time as a customer service manager. So she's going to join us here in Hamilton, and I'm going to be there. Arun's going to be there, and Virginia is going to be there. We are looking at recruiting more people, and we are going to be there at the office and be available when all our clients come to New Zealand would like to come and see us, right? So we will come to you guys at the proper address, and we're planning for a nice little official, launch of the office and things like that. So when that happens, when it's due, we will certainly let you know. right? So that's the latest of it. Some ground rules before we move ahead with the session. Number one, I see my beautiful team has come in. Thank you so much, team. They're going to be there as backup to help me through the session. So besides that, certain ground rules for the session. Please, AJV students, start with saying, "Hi, I'm an AJV student," and my case officer is so and so, and things like that. And then please share your query, and then it's easier for me to be able to go back and check with my team whether you are an AJV student or not, right? And non-AJV students, please leave your details. We need your contact information. We need your phone numbers for us to be able to answer your questions, okay? Because what happens is often becomes difficult for us to reach out to you if you're not leaving your phone numbers with us, okay? Because we try and connect with you on Facebook, and there's no number to call you on, so it'll be great if you can leave us a number, right? Okay, so my team is come in, and I am going to quickly look and see if there are any questions coming. Yeah. Right. So there have been some comments. Hey, all those you are pasting questions on Facebook. I see a couple of questions there. If you, sorry, on YouTube, can you please leave your number as well so that I will be able to answer you, and my team will also paste your questions from YouTube to Facebook. But please, we recommend you to give your numbers if you'd like answers to your questions. Okay. Right, so let's get to the first question before. Right. Okay. Right. Sure. Okay, so we'll start with the first question. The first question is from Ankit Wagela. Ankit is one of our students. I remember talking to him. He also got his approval recently for his visa. Yeah. Hi, Ankit. Thanks for coming online. Right, and so we've got Ankit who says, Kiora Ankit, does it make any difference to employers whether you have level 7 or level 8 course? And you help with cover letter and CV format for part-time job applications? Ankit, when employers, if the question is related to full-time employment, the employers are not really worried about what level you have studied, because at the end of the day they need skills. So what course you do is very, very important, because this course will impart those skills to you, right? So level 7 has different type of papers, and level 8 has different type of papers. So obviously the skills imparted is different, and in what in-depth knowledge it's imparting is different, right? So that is where the difference will come. But not, employers do not say, hey, you know what, you've studied only level 7, I'll not give you a job. No. So, and when it comes to CV and cover letter formats, we do have a lot of formats available already. Okay, and we will share that to you once you're here. You will stay in touch with Virginia, and Virginia will share. I don't know if you've got your welcome guide as of yet, Ankit, because that's what, even the welcome guide did have some links earlier. So I will have to cross check that with Virginia, but she's the best person to talk to. Yeah. So if you've already got your visa, Virginia will actually connect with you, and she'll be the one who will give you all this information. Okay. So yes, in due course you'll be helped. I think you're still in India at the moment. First pack your bags and come in, and we will figure out all these for you. Okay. So I hope to meet you soon, Ankit, and all the best for your flight. Okay. Yeah. See you soon. Right. Next question is Mohammad Ayaz, who says, hi, visa cancelled in 2013 and stayed until 2015 in Australia. And what are the chances for me to apply for a student visa in New Zealand for my wife and, of course, me as a dependent spouse? Okay. Now, the sad part, Ayaz, this is, it's not going to be a straightforward answer that I'm going to give you. I think I will need to see your letters. Okay, I need to see your visas that you've had for Australia. I need to know why you overstayed and all that. So can you please send me this information? You can email it to immigration advisor ajvglobal.com. Yeah, it's immigration advisor at ajvglobal.com. Send in your information, and once you send it, I will have an assessment done, and I will respond to you, because these kind of situations are quite complex, and it honestly it cannot be as simple and straightforward as a yes and no answer. Yeah. So Ayaz, please send me that information and I will come back to you and answer that. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Right. Next question. Ankit, I thanks for also adding that you are an HAV student. So don't worry. Yes, I remember that you're an HAV student. Okay. Next question is from a Jitin Prasad, which is actually a YouTube query which my team has pasted. So Jitin Prasad says, what is the scope of sales and marketing in graduate diploma? And I have selected Wintech to do my course, and I wanted to know, will I be able to get a job after my course completion, as we have 2 years post-study work visa. After this will get over, will I be able to stay in New Zealand and continue working? um, Jitin, the answer to that will be quite simple. Is the course that you have selected is quite good. Sales and marketing is, uh, it's not on the long-term skill shortage list, but it's one of the areas which has very, very good high scope of jobs. So if you check various websites, there is something called an occupation outlook that's available, that the government of New Zealand has, has issued. It's called Occupation Outlook. You can just go and Google it. So it's a document that government has issued, and you'll see over there the job opportunities in sales and marketing is quite high. Okay. Now the surprising fact is, a lot of people have this thing saying, oh, you know what, if I do anything related to business, I need to have a managerial position to eventually get my resident visa, which is completely wrong. Okay. The thing is that you will need to have a job, a role which is a skill level 1, 2, and 3. Okay, that's the key. A skill level 1, 2, and 3. Not all roles are in skill level 1, 2, and 3 according to ANSCO. Okay, these are all very technical aspects, and only an immigration advisor who's got years of experience would understand these things, what an ANSCO is, and how to find out. Now, in your situation, sales, many roles in sales in junior levels are all skill level 4. However, a marketing coordinator or a marketing specialist, which is probably the starting first role for a marketing person, is skill level 1. So if you see, it depends a lot on the role and the job description. It's not whether it's a manager. Okay. Now I have people in retail, and they have there is, in fact, I spoke to somebody today, and he's not working as a retail manager, but then he's working as a zone manager, and that is good, that, or a zone supervisor, which is, again, he's fulfilling a lot of roles of a retail manager, right? So what, a retail buyer, there is another role called retail buyer, which is skill level 2, sorry, skill level 3. So there are a lot of roles like that that are available within these business roles that are skill level 1, 2, and 3. You don't necessarily have to be a manager. Okay. So this is a notion that people have. This is a myth that they have and misinterpretation of policies. Okay. So you're fine, Jitin. Yes, your 2 years post study work visa. After that, if you still have not qualified for a resident visa at that point in time, there are other categories of work visas that you could apply for. Okay, so I hope I've answered this question in such detail. It's because this is a very, very commonly asked question, saying, oh, I'm doing a business program, I'm doing a management program, do I have to be a manager if I eventually apply for a resident visa? So this is a very, very commonly asked question, and that is the reason I am explaining this in such detail, so that the others can benefit out of it. Okay. So Jitin, I think you must work. I don't know. I don't think you're working with us because you have not mentioned that. But it is important that you work with people who understand these things, and not. Sadly, there was one boy who was an electrical engineer who's come to Wintech, but the guy was advised into an operations and production program, which I was not convinced that was the right program, and he came from another agency, and it was just okay, somebody told someone, and that's when we eventually landed into that program, and he had no clue. So I feel sorry for the boy, but he obviously would have had better opportunities if he came in for a power engineering program or something like that. So I think it's important you speak to the right people. Again, you have not mentioned what your background is. So I hope you are a BCom or a business management graduate getting into this program. If you're getting into from areas that are in the long-term skill shortage of New Zealand, you better watch out and be careful about the program that you're selecting. Okay, Jitin? So please connect with us. When my team does connect with you, please leave that leave your information, and let them know that I have suggested these things. Okay. Okay. Next we have Abdur Rahman, who says hello. Hello, Abdul. Thank you very much for coming online. Mohammed Ayaz has come back and given his number. Thank you so much, Mohammed. My team, as I mentioned already, please send me an email, and I will respond to you. Right. The next question is from Omar Isa. It's a YouTube query, and my team has pasted that here. Omar says, while I study PhD on a PhD student visa, if I get a full-time job, am I allowed to apply for a resident visa skilled migration before finishing your PhD? Absolutely. Purely because while you are on a PhD program, you have unlimited working rights. This will not be the case for all students, because not all students get unlimited work rights. Okay, only PhD students get, and students who have done masters by research, which is a level 9 program. PhD is a level 10. So only people who are coming for these two programs do not have any work restrictions on their visa. Hence, if they're able to find a job and they work 40 hours, they can apply for a resident visa even before they finish their program. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So it's a good question, and Omar, I hope you're working with the right people, because PhD applications, even the visas, are not that easy. So I would recommend you to, but then you've given a 021 number. So obviously you're here in New Zealand already. So what I'm going to do, Omar, is I'm going to make a note, and I'm going to reach out to you. Okay, so that we can discuss about this, right? And help you out, because if you're here in New Zealand, we can, kind of guide you properly on that. Okay. Right. Thank you very much, Omar. We'll connect with you. Okay. Ankit, my team just told me that you're already here in New Zealand. I'm surprised that you did not call me yet. Hey, give me a call, Ankit. You know my number. You can call us on our toll-free number. It's 0800 696977. Give me a call and say hello, yeah. I was actually hoping that you would do so. But let's catch up, Ankit. And if you're here in Hamilton, I think you're in Auckland. So if you're in Auckland, we are actually organizing for a get-together for all of our Auckland students somewhere around the first week of August, first or second week of August. Trans Virginia moves here to Hamilton, and we'll certainly have a get-together, and I hope to meet you then. Okay? Yeah. Right. So the next question. Okay. Next question is Andrew Tom. Andrew is also one of our students. I remember that. So he says, I'm an HOV client. How long does Mumbai immigration delay thing takes? Classes start within 4 days. Got extension from college, but till now not a word from Immigration New Zealand. Andrews, unfortunately, at this stage, as we've been telling you that, and we've been mentioning, is Immigration New Zealand is trying to prioritize. It's trying to clear the applications for July. However, there is nothing in their system that shows them that okay, there is a student whose course is starting now, and we need to attend to their application. It is always done based on on the allocation dates. So their decisions are not based on when your course start is. Okay, so they are trying their best to clear the backlog that they have, and we are seeing a lot of decisions coming through. So it's only a matter of time. You need to hang in there. I see that you've got um, Okay, so my team tells me that we got an email that his application has been allocated, and the team said that they will reach out to the visa officer and give you an update. So, if a IO has been allocated, that's an immigration officer has been allocated, you can expect a decision soon, a decision and even a phone call maybe. So just be alert, Andrew, and you never know. Anytime you can expect a call. INZ during these busy times also call quite early in the morning, like say 7 in the morning when you expect the least, or late in the evening when you don't expect as well. So please be alert. You can probably get a call anytime. Okay, so that's how it is. Right, moving on. We have one of our clients who has joined in. Hi, Kishore. I know I missed your call. That was because I was just about getting ready to come live. I will give you a call back after this session, okay? And we will have a chat about it. Okay, next question is Demisha PK, who says, "Hi Mary." She's started off with her phone number. Thank you very much. My husband has planned to undertake the Applied Management Level 7 in EIG Napier, who is an AJV client. So could you please comment on the course? In addition to it, he has completed his MBA Finance from Australia. So can you please say how the full-time jobs and part-time opportunities for his profile? Currently, we are um, ele- um, speaking to Aniket. Okay. So, Demisha, the applied management program is basically like a safety net for you because it allows you to select various papers. Like what happens is, how do you qualify for a resident visa? Is to find full-time employment. And when you find full-time employment, you are supposed to prove that you are suitably qualified for it. Okay. Now, somebody suppose they have been always doing in only in a certain area, say accounts. What if they are not able to find a job in accounts? In general accounting, I'm not talking about professional accounting. Somebody who does, basic accounting and business accounting basically, and they have not been able to find a job in accounting over here because of various reasons. Because in India there's a or India, in most countries they use Tally, and but in New Zealand they use a different kind of software which is called MYOB and Zero. If they don't have the knowledge in that, obviously companies may not give them jobs. So what happens is, if suppose that person had find a job in another role, but that particular role or that particular skill was he was never taught to him in a formal education framework, then obviously INZ might question saying, oh hey, okay, but you don't seem to be suitably qualified. So by doing a program like applied management, you're basically covering. So tomorrow, if your husband is struggling to find something in finance, he can look for other areas which he's studied in applied management, right? Other areas like strategic planning or marketing or sales or operations or whatever. He can find a job in any of those roles. So it's like a safety net that, okay, bhai, ye nahi hua to, the other one, if one doesn't work, the other will work. So, that's how it is. It's like your mutual fund basically. You know how mutual funds work, right? So it's like that. So it's like you're covering all bases so that it balances out somewhere, and eventually one of those areas you'll be able to find a job. And that it has worked that way as well, because we have clients who have done the same course but have found two different types of jobs. Okay. I have one student who studied at Otago Poly, got a job as a health and safety advisor, and there's another one who's gotten into marketing. Sorry. So the same course can give two different outcomes depending on the skills that you gain and depending on what your background is. Okay. So you guys will be all right. And about full-time jobs, as I explained, it all boils down to the skills that he's got, not so much as to what he's studied. Not purely that. It's about the skills he's gained through these courses. Okay. Part-time jobs, again, they're going to be odd jobs. So they're pretty much all AJV students get jobs once they come here. So I'm not particularly worried about any AJV student not finding jobs, because all of them eventually find jobs within the first 3 months. Yes, you will need to wait though. Depends on your level of your efforts as well. So you guys will be all right, and if you're coming along, that's even better, because you can start looking for full-time opportunities while your husband is studying. So But if he's he's gonna take a level 8, I don't think you will get, no, you will not be eligible for a work visa. So I hope you're aware of that. You will only be eligible for a visitor visa at this stage. So if you're keen to do, say, if you're keen to come into New Zealand and work while your husband's studying, then you will have to look at a level 9 program and not a level 8 program. So, team, can you please tell me about Demisha's husband's situation? And I hope Demisha is aware that she will need to have a husband needs to study a master's for her to be eligible for a work visa. Okay, right. So the next one, okay, just give me a second. Okay, so the next question is Mohammed Salim. Mohammed says, ma'am, how many months for visa level 7 approval students at Middle East? Okay. Salim, I think the applications, no matter from which part of the world, now they are taking about 6 months for processing. INZ is going through a very, very busy time. And if you've applied for a non-university, I think it's going to be taking that usual time. Some applications are getting picked up or on a priority basis. The system does it automatically, but otherwise, by and large, all applications are being processed in a time frame of 4 to 6 months at this stage. And we are hoping that the timelines will come to normal timelines within the next 2 or 3 months. So yes, please. Have a look at it, and I'm sorry, I would suggest that you stay patient, and if you're working through an agency or not, you'll have to speak to your advisor on more information on this. Okay, the next question is sorry, Ankit comes back and he says, yes Mary, it's been yes Mary, thanks for the help. I got the whole guide. It's been 12 days since I'm in Wellington and I'm disappointed you haven't called me. Okay, so I hope to catch up with you soon. We are also planning a trip to Welly. So whenever we do that, we will let you know. Okay, and stay in touch with Virginia if you have not connected with her yet. And send us your number so that we can also call and say hello to you. Okay. Okay, Ankit. Thank you. Right. So the next question is from Bhanu Pandey. Says, hi, what's up? What's the current status of my visa processing? That is Ara College of Canterbury. Any updates, please? So I need to prepare anything for information. I'm preparing IELTS. So Bhanu, my team tells me that your application was sent to the college on the 4th of July and they are waiting. Yes, so 4th of July, so normally colleges are taking about 3 to 4 weeks. Especially ARA is taking longer, so I think you should just wait and um, you know wait and see how it works. Yes, please prepare for your IELTS in the meanwhile, because IELTS is required and only then an unconditional offer. So you have not got to the visa processing stage yet. You're still in the admission stage. So you can please prepare for your IELTS well, and you will need to get that score that is required. Otherwise, everything will get stalled. It will not move forward. Okay. So Banu, stay in touch with your advisor. I hear that Eunice is talking to you. So yeah, stay in touch with her and get your application done. And yeah, just be prompt and prepare well for your IELTS. All the best. Okay. Okay. Next is Mohammed Ayaz comes back and says, thanks, Mary. Would you please share the email where I should send all the documents, please? Okay. So the email ID will be immigrationadvisor@ajvglobal.com. Okay, I hope you got that. Thank you. Right, so the next question is Jason Devdutt. How's the scope of diploma holder nurse, and are there any courses in BSc nursing for international students? Jason, your question is very interesting and I'm tempted to answer, but you have not left your phone number. Can you please come back and leave your phone number, please, because this question is quite important, and There's an amazing scope available for BSc nursing for international students, and I can explain that. If you can please come back and leave your number, I will be able to assist you on that. Okay. So just come back and leave your number, Jason. Okay. Thank you. Next question we have Basil. Basil from, okay. So Basil says, "Hey Mary." Okay, it's Mary, Mary, not Mari. Yeah, a lot of people get confused with the spelling. It's Marie is Mari and Mary is Mary. So, right, Kiora, Basil, thank you so much for coming online. I'm AJV buddy. I'm planning to undertake PG diploma. Okay, you say that you are an AJV's buddy. Okay, that's great. Thank you so much. To undertake PG diploma applied science by Feb 2020. Currently in UAE, and what time should complete my IELTS and file? Okay. Basil, are you already talking to somebody in my team? Team, can you please confirm if Basil is already talking to us? Yeah. Please be aware that I've received my conditional offer from Lincoln. Looking forward to hear from you and see you all soon. Team, can you please tell me if Basil is one of our students? Because he seems to be pretty excited and raring to go because he's already got a conditional offer. Can you guys confirm if he's working with us? Basil, if you're not working with us, I'd like you to send us an email at immigrationadvisor@havglobal.com because you're based in the UAE and things like that. We can certainly help you with your visa. So just send me an email to immigrationadvisor@havglobal.com. We have a lot of students who come from the UAE and do extremely well here, and uh, we take pride in the fact that we get very very good outcomes for everyone who's come from the Middle East. So we'll be happy to assist you in this. So please, if you're not working with us, please do work with us, and if you are, then great, nothing to worry about. Okay. um, are you working with Anne? Can you just confirm that that Basil? Okay. If you are, please confirm that. Okay, so my team has confirmed that you're working with us. Thank you so much. It was so confusing that the way you started that line. Okay, so next question is okay, before I move on to the question, Kiran Lal, I see that you have just joined in. Hi, I'm sorry, first of all, that I missed your call. I was driving when you called me. So I will give you a call back and we'll have a chat, or I'll be happy to, speak to you even tomorrow. If it's urgent, send me a text. I will talk to you, Kiran. Okay? I don't mind that because I was driving at that time when you called me and I couldn't call you back after that. Okay? So we'll connect tomorrow, if not today. Okay? Thank you so much. Okay, we have my lovely colleague Tanuva who's joined from Delhi. Hi, Tanuva. Right, so we've got Balwant Patel. Balwant says, I want to know about City of New Zealand better for. Okay, so you mean which city in New Zealand is better? And settlement purpose, my contact number. Balwant, thank you so much. It's strange. My Siri was listening to me, and when I read out that question, it's very interesting. So Siri basically just said which city of New Zealand is better for study and settlement, and it gave me. I wonder where it went. Okay, Siri heard me and it started giving me answers. I don't know where it went. Anyways, okay, let me see that. Okay, hey Siri, which New Zealand city is better for settlement? Okay, now it's not listening. Okay, no worries. Never mind. Okay, so Balwant, I vaguely remember that you had come in for the previous sessions as well, and you did tell us that you're not looking at study. So I'm sorry. I'm very wary about answering this question of yours because each time you come up, you seem to have a different kind of a scenario. So why don't you just have a chat with my team first, Balwant? Okay. And whatever question you have then, and we'll be able to answer that. I will just quickly check. Okay, Catherine, can you please tell me what is Balwant's situation, because I think he's already talking to you. Balwant, I'm just getting some feedback from my team about your situation and your requirement. Just give me 2 minutes. I'll come back and answer to you. Catherine, please confirm what exactly is Balwant's profile and what is his requirement at this stage. Okay. 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 Hi, Mithun. The next question is yours. Okay. So you said waiting for the case officer to be allocated. My class starts on 29th of this month. It's pretty sure that I won't make it on the 29th, so I've already informed to get an extension. So I'm asking, what if I didn't get extension, didn't get a visa before the extended joining date? Well, I'm not interested for deferring the intake for project management. I hope you know my profile. Life has become so miserable for the past 2 months. Mithun, I think you had also come in on the last session and you had expressed, your concern on this. And I remember talking to you earlier as well. Uh, the latest update that I have from my team is that your application is highly to be allocated in the week of 22nd. That is the next following week, between the 22nd and the 28th. And that's what we have got an update from INZ, from a senior team manager, immigration manager. So it is likely to be allocated, and once it gets allocated, it doesn't take too long. Normally it comes through quickly, and ARA also is understanding the situation, and they are providing extensions. Okay, so all I can tell you is hang in there. Okay, we have seen in the past miracles have happened. It's happened with just one day in hand left, and things have happened. Okay, we'll let's not think about what if you don't make it. We still have time in hand, and we'll just wait and see. Okay, because I understand you're frustrated. I understand. At the end of the day, what is more important for me in your situation is to get a visa. Okay, I'll be honest with you, I know you must be going through a lot, but it will be your choice whether to live through this and enjoy every moment of all this waiting without feeling sorry for yourself and without pushing yourself into misery. Okay, it's a choice. I think it's only a personal choice as to how you endure through this time, through this difficult time. Because once you get a visa and you come here, you will forget all this waiting. This will all be behind, and it will be an amazing experience which will say, okay, you know what, this waiting also taught me something. Okay, so what I'm telling you is, it's your choice to make how difficult you make your life. Okay, I know there will be financial pressure and everything, so it is important that you keep telling your parents, you inform your parents as well. See, this is the problem. It is not something of my doing. It is not my profile. It is just the situation at this stage. We will have to just, and this is another, this is a concern that I have from people back in India, is we worry too much about the time lost between things you do. Like, oh, I finished college, I have to get into something else immediately within a year. It's not, life is not, it's not time bound. A career is not time bound. You should not set those things saying, okay, by this time I have to do this time. There's something called this is something that in New Zealand it happens. Students finish class year 13 and they do something called the big OE. They actually go abroad for 2 or 3 years, just holidaying and doing various jobs, so that eventually they know which they're good in and they can come back and finish their studies. If it were in India or in any of our Indian subcontinents, we would be like, oh, you wasted 3 years of your life. No. Those 3 years are so critical for a student and a young person to understand what is best. So please don't have everything set in stone. That you have to set your expectations right. Yes, it's good to achieve things by a certain time, but if you're coming to a country like New Zealand, you'll need to open up yourself and say, okay, I'm not going to bind it. It's not that I have to achieve this, build a home, get married, everything by a certain time. Everybody's pace is different. So if you I request you, Mithun, specifically, I know what challenges you have gone through, so don't make a choice of yourself to make your life miserable. Okay, try and stay happy, and all this will be behind you once you get your visa. Trust me on that. You will not even remember this has happened. Okay, all this waiting will actually make you more stronger and a better person. Okay, so don't worry, and I'm certain once a case officer is allocated, your visa should come through. I don't see any problems with your application. My team is also telling me that it's only a matter of that, procedural things being done at that point in time. Okay, right. I hope things work out for you, and we are also hoping, because more than anything else, we have also invested, not just you, we have invested a lot of time in you as well. You'll have to remember that. We do not by and large charge anything from our students. So till you actually come here and reach New Zealand, till you get a visa, imagine our time and resources also have been invested in you. So it's not just you that have lost time and energy in waiting. We have also lost our resources so much waiting for so long. Na? We thought a student will come into New Zealand and the process will take in about 6 months. It'll be done. You've been with us for almost a year now. So yeah, so that's how it is. We are also investing in you. Okay, so don't worry. It should all be fine. It's only a matter of time. Okay, thank you. Jitin comes back and says, "Ma'am, I've done my bachelor's graduation in BCom, and I have 1.5 years experience in sales and customer service." Jitin, if that's the case, I think you're going for a good program. Sales and marketing is a good course, and I have seen people doing very well after this course. So you're all right. Don't worry. Go ahead and, but at the same time, I would recommend you to work with us. And if you work with us, then you'll have that additional guided support once you're here, because what is important is what happens, not what happens in your home country, but what the actual drama starts after you land here. Okay, so yeah, so please connect with us and have that done. Okay, so Balwant, my team has come back and said, Catherine D'Souza has been trying to get in touch with you, and because you did not respond, and you have also been disconnecting our calls. So Balwant, I'm sorry, I don't think I will answer to any of your questions. I think you will first have to connect with my team, and then I will come back. And I'm sorry, because it cannot be a one-way street. It has to be a two-way exchange. If you want information from us, you're also supposed to talk to us and work with us. Okay, because we cannot keep answering your questions without knowing whether you are a potential student or someone who's only trying to take information from us so that you can benefit out of it. Okay, so that's what it is. So if you're a genuine student, please talk to us. There's no harm. We are not some telecallers who will constantly who will become leeches and constantly sit on your head and keep troubling you. No, we are very professional people, and if you say no, I'm not interested, we will not trouble you again. Yeah, so that's how it is. So either tell us whether you're interested and you're not interested, because you don't seem to be answering calls, but at the same time you're asking us questions, so it doesn't make sense at all to me. Okay, so please connect with Catherine, and after which we will attend to your query. Okay, thank you. Next question is also a YouTube query. It's from Venkat Rao. Venkat, thank you so much for giving your number. Appreciate that. Venkat says, I want to pursue Masters of Professional Accounting in New Zealand. How for accountants in New Zealand? I am a CA in India. Okay. Venkat, there are lots of programs in professional accounting. Okay. Very, very good programs available at universities. However, it is a tough program. I have seen recently some of the students who have not fared very well in a professional accounting program. Okay, that could be partially because they do not have enough of professional accounting background. And obviously, they're young kids and things like that. But unless and until you're entirely sure, and if you've done a CA from India, and I'm thinking that you have gone through all those loops and holes already, and you know how tough it is. So if you want to work as a chartered accountant in New Zealand, that's when you need to do the professional accounting program. But if you just want to be an accountant and an accounting technician, you don't really need to do a professional accounting program. Okay. What's important, you can do business computing or just accounting programs, business accounting or just plain and simple accounting programs. So Master of Professional Accounting is for you to work as a registered chartered accountant. Okay, so that's what it is. So if have a word with my team. I think you're already in touch with someone from my team. Let me quickly see. Okay, so I see that you're already in touch with Eunice. So Eunice will be able to talk to you and attend to you with whatever questions that you have. Okay, right. Next question, Vinayak. Hi, Vinayak. We've been talking for some time now. I remember. Hello, ma'am. I'm an AJV student. I have unconditional offer for Wintech 2020, but waiting for which November 2019 offer. How long can I wait for which so not to miss out on the current Wintech offer? I think the best person to answer that will be your case officer. Okay, so let me just quickly say what your case officer says. Okay, your advisor says, Jagriti says he's okay. So he's waiting for the bid offer to be issued. Okay, right. So see, I'll tell you what. For every program, Vinayak, there are only limited seats, about 20 odd seats. Now, this is what happened in the previous intake. Okay, is where one of the institutions had issued way too many offers, and because of INZ delays, a lot of offers were deferred. So even though somebody has an offer, there was no guarantee of them getting a seat purely because of these delays. Okay, in your situation, what I would suggest is I will have to check with my team. If you've just applied recently, then you will need to, I'd say, wait for another week or so. Okay, team, can you please send me an email on this, and I can follow up with Carol, because I know the international marketing manager, Carol. Okay, so I will follow up with her, and I will see if we can escalate this issue and get you an offer quickly, a decision, whether it's going to be a yes or a no at least. Okay, um, so we'll get you that. I think you should decide by end of this month and go ahead with whatever, because then you'll end up waiting and not getting an offer for sorry, a seat for Wintech. So okay, so my team just told me that you applied on the 12th of July, so it's just been about a week, Vinayak. So I think with the following week you should be able to get a decision. If you don't, Navya, can you please ensure that you let me know? I'm just informing the team leader to let me know if they don't get an offer by end of next week, and we'll follow up. But if you get an offer, then you should just go ahead with it. I'm thinking that it's if your choices are between Wintech and Wit, then I'm thinking it's the highway engineering program that you're looking at. So yeah, so I think you shouldn't wait for longer than this month. Just go ahead and start working, towards your visa is what I would say. Yeah, get started with your loan process or whatever with the Wintech offer, and once the WIT ones come through, you can always switch it. I don't think there should be a problem. Okay, right. So I hope that is sorted for you. Vinayak. Okay, yeah. Okay, next question, or next comment rather, is from Mithun. Mithun says, thanks for your words. I hope everything ends well. We hope as well. Don't worry, because for us it's not the delays, but getting you a visa is the most important thing, because we know at this stage how many visas are getting declined from other agencies, and all our AJV students are getting their visas. So we are happy that we are doing a good job on the visa applications. One off they are getting declined, but then that's because of some situations that we cannot manage. Yeah, but we have a very, very high visa success rate, and we are hoping that yours should come through as well. Okay, so hang in there. All I can say is hang in there. Okay. Janvi Jadhav comes back. Hi, Janvi. I've seen you for the last section as well. So, Janvi says, I am an AJV student. Happy to connect with your team. Thank you very much. Looking for an October intake for the level 7 graduate diploma in teaching in Tertiary College, Auckland. Would you be able to grab the October intake? Having queries as there are issues with visa process. Okay. Janvi, yes, if it's October, we should. The thing it's going to be a bit close, because INZ is promised that they will improve the timelines now this month. So I think we should be able to. So if you're still waiting for the offer, team, can you tell me what's happening with Janvi's application, please? Janvi, I'm just getting a feedback from the team quickly, and then I'll come back and answer your question. Okay. Right, next one is Pooja Bharatwaj says, do you also help professionals who are trying to move to New Zealand and wish to work there? I'm not interested to take the study route. I'm an international corporate trainer for 3 years of experience as a training and development professional. Pooja, we certainly do help, but unfortunately, New Zealand does not have too many options where you can directly migrate. With your kind of a background, I think it's you will need actually about 8 to 10 years of experience to be able to qualify for a direct resident visa. So we will be happy to help, but then there's no visa category that's available where you can just take an open work visa and come and look for jobs. Okay, so what I would recommend you to do is to send your CV for an assessment. Even though I can see that you just have 3 years, I'd like to see if you're married. Send a, you know, send your spouse's CV as well. I'll have a look and I will assess and suggest you options. Most likely, it will be a student pathway. I know you said that you're not interested to take the study route, but trust me, that's the most stable pathway available. So I would recommend you to please consider the study pathway, because the area that you are in and the experience that you have is quite less for you to qualify directly in the resident visa category. Okay. So that's what it is, Pooja. So just send me an email. Send me an email to immigration advisor at ajvglobal.com. Okay. Right. Then we also have Janvi who's come back and says, thank you, ma'am, for the concern. No problem, Janvi. I am going to wait for my team to quickly confirm. Team, can you please confirm about Janvi's offer? Yeah. Okay. Right. So looks like somebody's typing. So we'll just wait for that, Janvi. Right. So while we wait for those, I'm just going to quickly call out our contact details. Yeah. So we toll-free number for all those who are based in India. It's 1-800-103-6525. And the email address that you can email us to is info@ajvglobal.com. Okay. And if you want to reach us here in New Zealand, you can call us on our toll-free number. Sorry, for those who are based within New Zealand, you can call us on our toll-free number. It's 0800 696977. Toll free means it's free of cost. You can call us and it will not be charged. So it's 0800 696977. It actually, if you type it on your phones, it sounds as 0800 my NZPR. Yeah, we try to get a catchy number, which it brilliantly. Right. So the phone number that you can call us from overseas is 022 sorry +64 022 605 2615. Now guys, a lot of you try to ping me on WhatsApp. I'll be honest with you, WhatsApp is something that I do not often check. Okay, if you want to reach me, best will be for you to email me or send me a text or call me. Yeah, because what happens is what we work 9 to 5. Okay, and now we are working 9 to 5, and it is honestly very difficult for me to be able to, because you are not available obviously during that time if you're in another part of the world, right? So when you leave messages in the evening and when I tend to respond, and then it just the conversations keep going, and normally at that time I'm with my family and things like that. So what happens is WhatsApp is normally I respond the next day. So if you want to get in touch with me immediately, I think what will happen, the best thing to do is to give a call, one phone call, and then we will connect and see how it goes. Yeah. So I'm sorry, I'm finding it difficult to catch up with the WhatsApp messages, and I normally check once in 24 hours. It becomes very, very difficult to catch up with all the WhatsApp messages. Okay, so just give me a call or send me an email. You can email me at immigrationadvisor@ajvglobal.com. We'll try and promptly respond to your questions within 24 hours. Right? That is what the contact details are. Okay, so Janvi, I have an update from my team. And my team says, okay, so right now they are just busy with some orientation, and they said they will release the offer soon. And Janvi, I hear that you also spoke to Sanjay, who's the marketing manager. So you already have an offer for Christchurch, I see. Okay. So if you already have an offer for Christchurch, so why are you moving to Auckland though? Okay, so no problem. So if you already have an offer for Christchurch, then it's only a matter of checking if there are seats at the Auckland branch. You should be fine. Just go ahead and start your visa documentation. I think you should be all right. Okay, so that's what it is, Janvi. So don't worry. I think you should be all right. Okay, right. Okay, Pooja comes back and says, I've already moved to Netherlands with study route. There is no path for freelancers. Unfortunately, no, Pooja. It's not available because New Zealand does not have any of those visa categories available. Yeah. So yeah, if you already invested in study, probably you invested in the wrong place. But that's what I would suggest. I would recommend for you. Right. Okay, next question is from Sohi Rohit, who says, can spouse travel together if main applicant go for a level 7? Rohit, the answer is yes, but the partner will not get a work visa. The partner will get only a visitor visa. Okay, I hope that was what you wanted to ask. Yeah, so I know that you haven't left your number, but that's the answer. Okay. So if you can please leave your details and connect with my team, Rohit, we'll be able to help you on that. Okay. Next, Vishnu says hi. Hi, Vishnu. Janvi Jadhav comes back and says, thank you, ma'am, and the lovely team. Thank you so much, Janvi. We hope we see you soon in New Zealand. And if you're coming here for the November intake, you're right on time before Christmas. So we should be able to catch up then. Okay. Right. So, okay. And I don't have a bell. My team has told me time up. Thank you so much, Jyoti. My team member has just told me that time's up and I have to wrap up. I have given the phone numbers. I've given the contact details. We'll tell you final time. All those who are waiting for visas, hang in there. I know there are delays, but hang in there. They are going to come through. If you're working with AJV, those visas will come through. Especially partner cases who you have been waiting for months together. We know, we understand the pain. We have invested in you as well, and we would love for your visas to come through quickly, and we are waiting for that. Okay, so we are trying our best and tapping everywhere possible to be able to eventually get those visas through. All I can say is hang in there, and yeah, and make the most out of this waiting. Don't let it bring you down. I think you must become even more determined, and even more well prepared. Actually, this is the time you can use to prepare yourself to come to the country, because you're going to come here and be here probably forever, and it'll be great time to spend time with your family. Think of it that way. It'll be great time to think that you can do a lot more planning and be more prepared for the New Zealand life. And yeah, and that's about it. Just embrace this waiting is what I'd say. Okay. Right. While I'm giving my goodbye speech, I see it's 2 more comments. So I'm going to quickly check those, and then I'm going to go after that. Okay, Vishnu has come back. He said, I'm looking to move to New Zealand. Please tell me how to start with work permit or PR. Any other guidance? Any other, please guide me. Vishnu, the best way to do this is for you to send your CV to immigration advisor at ajbglobal.com. Your profile picture shows that you are with someone, so I think you're married. So please send me the CV of yourself and your wife, and we will assess and come back with all the options available. So the ID will be immigration advisor at ajbglobal.com. Okay. Thank you so much, guys, for coming online. Hopefully next week we'll have the broadband at the office. We're still setting it up. It's coming along very, very well. In fact, very excited with the new office. So I'm hoping that I will have my broadband up by next week, and I will do this live session from there. We kind of really, really excited to put this together purely for the benefit of our AJV students and clients coming here. Okay. So we're excited, and we look forward to seeing you guys come online every week and ask your beautiful questions, and we will give you friendly and frank answers. That's what we call ourselves. We are friendly and frank licensed immigration advisors. And yeah, that's about it. So thank you very much. Have a good night. Ka kite, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.